This is Tales from the Cube, a podcast about call centers, what it's like to work in them, the good, the bad, the ugly, the funny and not so funny side of what it's like working in a call center. Call centers, are they modern sweatshops? Call centers, just the mere mention of them evokes many thoughts and views. While many view these facilities as a vital component of customer service and fulfillment, others see them as functioning more or less like modern day sweatshops. Echoes of labor exploitation, long hours, and a culture that can strip away human dignity. How did we get here? How is that we have two very different views of call centers? That is our subject for episode 24006 of Tales from the Cube. Good day, I'm Cliff Stewart. There's a surge in call center employment that's going on throughout the world. The rise of globalization and technological advancements has made call centers a cornerstone of many businesses. Customer service operations, from tech support to reservations, are handled by thousands of agents every day. The positions in call centers are mostly entry level for those seeking employment. They are excellent places to work as there are plenty of jobs available. But if you're a career minded person, working in a call center is not going to work out unless you are a top performer. As a result, people, particularly in developing nations, flock to call centers searching for steady pay and economic mobility. However, as demand grows, so too do the challenges and negative implications for employees working within these environments. In short, while there's an upside to working in a call center, there's also a downside. So, what are the working conditions? Well, to be honest, many call centers are professionally run workplaces. They are modern, and staff in the management roles are skilled professionals who know how to run a call center and who really do care for staff. But we must face the reality that working in a call center can also be grim. Agents frequently endure grueling hours, with shifts extending beyond 8 hours. In some cases, calls are so long that it can be more than 3 hours before an agent gets their break. The pressure to meet strict performance metrics, such as call times and customer satisfaction scores, overwhelms many workers. This environment fosters a culture of anxiety and stress akin to what would be found in a traditional sweatshop. Moreover, the physical layout of many call centers contributes to a dehumanizing experience. Rows of cubicles create an impersonal atmosphere where employees, like machines, are expected to perform their tasks with clockwork precision. Additionally, constant monitoring of performance metrics can result in lack of job security, making employees feel expendable and undervalued. There is an emotional toll here. Emotional support is often a casualty of these workplaces. Call center agents often handle difficult and irate customers, leading to heightened stress and burnout. The psychological toll of dealing with negative interactions day in and day out have an impact that can and do lead to layers of emotional fatigue that, in some centers, are seldom addressed by management. Furthermore, opportunities for advancement or professional development are frequently limited. Many employees find themselves trapped in monotonous work with little hope for personal or professional growth. The stagnation can lead to disillusionment and frustration, culminating in high turnover rates, the very definition of the modern sweatshop. Exploiting the global landscape. An unsettling aspect of call center phenomenon, or the call center phenomenon, is the way it exploits global disparities in labor costs. In countries like India and the Philippines, where call centers are abundant, businesses often seek to minimize expenses by paying lower wages while expecting the same levels of proficiency and productivity found in more developed nations. This economic model creates a parallel to historical sweatshops, capitalizing on vulnerable populations desperate for work. Moreover, the economic conditions that drive individuals into these call center jobs further exacerbate their vulnerability. Many agents are compelled to accept low wages due to the lack of viable employment alternatives in their local communities or local economies, perpetuating a cycle of poverty and exploitation. So, what do we need to do? Well, we need to do something here that involves changing the narrative. While the call center industry continues to grow, there are rays of hope. Increasingly, employees and labor rights organizations are raising awareness about the conditions prevalent in these workplaces. Advocacy for fair wages, reasonable working hours, and mental health support are becoming focal points of many discussions. Companies that prioritize employee well being, invest in training programs, and foster a positive workplace culture are setting the standard that others may follow. It's crucial for consumers and businesses alike to recognize the human element behind the customer service experience. A more ethical approach, one that offers dignity and respect to workers, not only benefits the employees but also enhances the quality of service and customer satisfaction in the long term. So, what can we do? What can be done? The call center may feel like a modern sweatshop, but it doesn't have to remain so. A progressive shift towards valuing in labor, respecting employees, and fostering humane working conditions can redefine what it means to work in these institutions. By acknowledging and addressing these issues, companies can pave the way for a more just and equitable workplace that better serves both employees and consumers alike. As they move forward, it is important for managers, agents, and yes, customers to remain vigilant in advocating for fairness and dignity in every facet of the labor landscape. No one, and I mean no one, should have to sacrifice their humanity for a paycheck. So, what can we do to identify the good versus the bad call centers? Let's talk about that. Number one, quality of service. A good call center or good call centers are going to have a couple of things going for them. These 4 points are what I'm going to focus on. First of them is professionalism. Agents in good call centers are typically well trained and exhibit professionalism. They greet customers courteously and remain calm even in stressful situations. They're knowledgeable. The staff is knowledgeable. So, a good call center ensures the agents are knowledgeable about the products and services they support, enabling them to resolve issues effectively. There's a personalization that goes on, personalized interactions occur. They focus on understanding the customer's needs and tailor their responses accordingly. So, how can you tell you're dealing with a bad call center? Well, here we go. Inconsistent service. Poorly trained agents may provide contradictory information or fail to address the customer's concerns effectively. Lack of empathy. A bad call center often lacks the human touch, with agents reading from scripts and showing little understanding of customer emotions. Long wait times. That's a biggie. High turnover or lack of staffing can lead to excessive wait times, frustrating customers before they even speak to an agent. Number two, the response time. Good call centers. Well, good call centers offer a quick response time. A hallmark of an effective call center is their ability to answer calls promptly, ideally within a few rings. The standard rule is 80-20, meaning 80% of the time a call is answered within 20 seconds. Now, that rule, I don't know if it has been changed or not, but generally speaking, that is true for the most part. 80% of the time, 20 seconds in. Efficient call handling. A good call center often has systems in place to streamline call routing, reducing customer frustration. A bad call center, delayed responses, long hold times, or unanswered calls indicate poor management and can damage the brand's reputation. Inefficient processes. If calls are transferred multiple times before reaching the right agent, it signifies a lack of organization. Number three is resolution rates. Good call centers offer first call resolution. High performing call centers strive for first call resolution, or FCR, addressing the customer's concerns in a single interaction. And if they cannot do that, the agents in them can take ownership and work out the problem one to one with the customer in the shortest time possible. Follow up. Post call follow up are common, ensuring satisfaction and resolving any outstanding issues. Bad call centers. frequent escalations. If issues often require escalation to a supervisor, it shows inadequate initial training or decision making capabilities among agents. So, a good center actually empowers its frontline with tools and back pocket offers to drive customer satisfaction and increase resolution and sales rates, making it rare for an escalation. A bad one does not empower staff and does not have a resolution based protocol. Neglecting customer feedback, a lack of follow up or listening to feedback can hinder improvements. In some instances, a one size fits all approach is offered, making the resolution harder to gain. The reason is simple because the company has adopted a hardline approach to a particular way of handling a certain issue. Some clients of call centers won't listen to manager and agent feedback and refuse to try a new approach to resolving issues. This is a hallmark of a badly run facility and a badly run campaign. If your campaign is so rigid as a client to a call center, if you're telling those people, oh, this is the way it is all the time, and you don't come around to a new way of thinking, a new idea, you're running a bad campaign. It's not really what you want to do. Section 4, Technology and Tools. Good call centers. Modern technology. Competitive call centers use advanced technology, including customer relationship management, which are CRM tools, software, and AI chatbots to enhance service. They do not rely on AI to do everything, but rather use it as an enhancer to the experience and the offload of some routine calls, so the more challenging ones can be handled by staff. Omni-channel support. They provide multiple channels for customer support, including phone, email, live chat, and social media, giving customers options based on their preferences. So bad call centers, well, we can see what they're going to be. Outdated systems, inefficient legacy systems can hinder agents' performance and slow response times. Limited support options. A lack of omnichannel support can alienate customers seeking immediate responses through their preferred methods. The heavy use of and gatekeeping are also a hallmark of a badly run call center, and the overuse of AI is also a critical thing to note. Happy employees equal happy customers. Good call centers prioritize employee well being, offer regular training, and create a positive working environment. That translates to a better service. Things such as offering a lunch or having special events that have nothing to do with increasing sales and satisfaction, but rather offer off the phone time so agents can have some fun and relieve stress. Retention strategies. Low employee turnover is a good sign. It often indicates healthy workplaces and a healthy culture and a comprehensive training that goes on within the call center. A good center acknowledges tenure, respects knowledge, and does everything possible to help staff stay on board. Bad call centers. They have high turnover rates. A bad call center may experience high employee turnover due to a lack of support or burnout, affecting the consistency and quality of customer service. The problem is that managers in these centers don't care about the staff or even the customer. They're more interested in ensuring a profit and that profit grows, no matter what the cost is to staff and in some cases customers. Low morale. Disengaged employees often result in subpar customer interactions and poor overall service quality. This is largely due to managers, or in some cases, staff members, mistreating colleagues and ignoring the needs of other agents. Number 6, customer feedback. Good call centers have active listening. Successful call centers actively solicit and respond to customer feedback to improve their services continuously. Net Promoter Score, or NPS. They often measure customer satisfaction through NPS or other metrics to gauge how likely customers are to recommend the service. In other words, it's a customer satisfaction survey. Bad call centers. Well, bad call centers ignoring feedback. If a call center does not consider customer feedback, it may continue to operate with ineffective practices. Frequent complaints. and negative reviews about lack of responsiveness and service quality are telling signs of a subpar operation. So, in conclusion, navigating the world of call centers can be challenging, but understanding the characteristics that define a good and bad call center can empower agents, managers, and consumers, as well as businesses, to act more professionally. Good call centers thrive on professionalism, efficiency, customer satisfaction, while bad centers leave unresolved issues and unhappy customers in their wake, along with high attrition and a toxic workspace. These perpetuate the image of the industry as a group of sweatshops. By recognizing these traits, you can make informed decisions about working in the industry. In short, the bottom line here is that you have a choice. You can continue to work in a call center that's bad, or you can find one that is good if you want to continue in the industry. Also, before you get into the industry, research. Look for call centers that are really well run. And if you're a client looking to hire a call center, make sure that the people that you're hiring to run your campaign are professionally at par with what you want them to do. It's important because at the bottom end of all of this is that if you are running a bad campaign or running a bad call center, it's going to be reflective of the fact that you're not going to do very well. You're not going to last long. Trust me, I know this. I've been in the business 20 years. I've seen call centers die within a year because they're so badly run. Whereas I've seen call centers flourish, like the one I'm in. It's been around for close to 20 years, and I've done a couple of campaigns, including the one I'm on, which I, believe it or not, have been on for 9 years. So it shows you that they've run it well. So that's going to be it for this particular episode. I want to say thanks for taking a dive in with me today regarding this particular topic. The next one is going to be on corrective action. Ooh, that's going to be a fun one. You have to come back and check that one out. My name again is Cliff, and I thank you very much for tuning in to Tales from the Cube. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for listening to Tales from the Cube. My name is Cliff Tour. You can hear us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Audible. Thanks again for listening. We appreciate it. We'll see you in the next episode of Tales from the Cube.